They said the scars would define me. They said the pain would never leave. But I found strength inside the struggle and became more than what I received. Black trauma with Memms Empire, turning wounds into wisdom, breaking cycles, healing generations, finding purpose through the pain.
Welcome to Black Trauma with Memms Empire. I'm your host, Memms Empire, and today I am here with one of my best friends that I want to introduce to you, and we're here to talk, just have a very honest conversation about relationship trauma, heartbreak, healing, divorce, forgiveness, self-worth, and basically learning to trust again. I don't know if any of you know, many people may know her, but she's one of my best friends, like I said, and she has raised 3 boys all on her own, and she has risen up from the trenches. Now, if you see her, you won't believe that she's been in the trenches, if you know what I mean. So let me introduce you to my best friend, Amina Mugadza. How are you, Amy? How are you?
I'm fine. I've been waiting. I'm glad I've got a chance to be on the podcast now.
Honey, welcome to Black Trauma with Memms Empire, and I'm so honored for you to be here, and I can't wait for you to inspire people out there, because I know people are going to be inspired. So if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
My name is Amina Kandulu Gaza. I'm a mom of 3 boys. I'm a boy mom. I've got 2 little grandchildren, 1.5 and 5 months old.
Grandchildren, guys. Look inside. Grandchildren.
And profession-wise, I'm a nurse. And yes, that's really about my life.
Right. So looking back, what was your understanding of love before marriage?
Right. Before I got married. Anyway, I actually have to say this.
Yeah.
I was a very young mom.
Okay.
And I have to say, looking back now, and also to all the younger ladies out there at that age, I had no clue what love was.
Okay.
Because love was based on what you see on television, what you read in the books. Those days there was Mills and Boons, for those who know Mills and Boons.
Yeah.
And it was more of like the Disney kind of love.
Okay.
And now, the older me realizes that that's seeking something that's not real.
Yeah.
Love is just a good relationship with someone, a give and take. So what I thought about love before I got married and what I understand about love now are 2 totally different things. And then also talking about love before marriage, from the time I got married and then divorced and was in my waiting period, that's also I saw that it's a different type of love again, because my expectations from my partner are now totally different from what I thought I was expecting from my partner, because then I realized that no one can make me happy except myself. And if I let someone treat me anyhow, that's just never gonna work.
Exactly.
I can't afford to lose me in that relationship. I'm the main character in my relationship, just like that person also is the main character. So yes, my outlook on love totally changed. Yes.
Yeah, I want to agree with you there, where you get lost into your partner. I'll give myself an example. When I was married, it was just like, oh, does your husband like that? So I got so anchored on being mukazwani in that sense, and then you forget who you are. It's only now I'm starting to think about, okay, so who am I? Exactly. I don't even know who I am.
So important. So that you are the thing.
You're the main, the main character. Don't lose sight of that.
No. And it's something that's so easily done. When you I don't know what to say, but I'll say in my marriage,
Mhm.
when I got married,
How old were you when you got married?
I was 17.
Wow.
I was 17,
Very
so
young.
I was young. I was still, I think I was still developing. So it's sort of like my life got shaped around a relationship.
Was that
Baby
in
mom.
Zim or did you meet here?
We got married in Zim.
In Zim. Okay.
And then we came over.
Okay. So that.
And yes, that was a whole big part of my life formed around a relationship.
Okay.
What I wore, just who you become.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
which now I look back and I realize it's totally, I don't know that person anymore.
Is it totally?
I actually don't know that person anymore. So much so, some things that I don't let my partner go away with.
Yeah.
And when I talk about my past relationship, and you'll be like, how did you let other people get away with it? Because he can't imagine it now.
No.
Because I'm a totally different person. I wouldn't let some things slide like that.
And it's not partner. It's husband.
It's husband.
See, I keep reminding her that she just got married. And she keeps saying it's really winding me up. So I have to keep his husband.
I know, I have to get used to it.
You have to get used to it, yeah. So when you look at your first husband, the father of your kids, how many kids did you have?
Three boys.
3 boys.
3 wonderful boys.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
3 boys.
So how long was that marriage?
We actually lasted well. Do you know? I honestly do not really know.
You're joking.
I know.
Really?
No. It's actually quite funny because I think some parts of that relationship, it's actually, they are really at the back of my head.
Hey,
they
powerful.
really, really went back. I actually, yes, it's totally at the back of your head. It's like it's another person, another life completely. I'm grateful, I had 3 wonderful boys. So I'll never take anything away from that marriage. But it's actually like it's another life completely. Yes. Not that I don't like my ex. No,
yeah.
But because to be honest with you, I just feel like I can't really blame him for anything that happened in that marriage because he was also young.
Yeah.
I was 17, he was 23, and I think we were both finding ourselves. We were both not even knowing what we want out of love, out of life, out of anything. And I think most of it is just at the back of my head because I don't have good memories about that. Most of the memories, and I don't want to think of it as bad. So I think I just choose to put it at the back of my head because out of that relationship is 3 boys. Now there's 2 grandkids. So I just choose to.
It's a plus.
Yes.
Well, here at Memms Empire, we talk about the bad stuff.
Yes.
We open it up and we see all the cracks.
Yes.
So that everyone can see that you're not the only one that goes through this stuff. We're not scared to confront it because we know we've been through it and we've come out on the other side. That's how you grow. So going back to that, what were the signs in that relationship of trauma that you didn't recognize at the time that you think now I should have seen? Those are the signs of childhood trauma that was now manifesting in that relationship.
Do you know what? He could get away with anything. It could be financial, it could be relationships, cheating. He could have a girlfriend that I know of, and I would not confront it as I would now because you don't want to shake that pot. And one of the things that I actually remember very well was always that feeling of when I come home from work, before you get into the house, you on the other side and you're thinking, today what's being inside the house is gonna look like, and I would be outside just taking that last deep breath.
I know
before you go
the
in.
key in the door. I'm walking in. I know that.
Give me strength, Lord. I'm going in. I'm taking this. So yes, there's so many things now that I would just not accept
Mm-hmm.
as a woman, as a person, as a mom. As
So
an
you think
individual.
him getting away with things was coming from his childhood? What do you mean, like?
From lack of confidence.
Okay.
From
on you,
on
not
my
on him.
part,
Oh,
on
okay.
him.
You let him get away with
yes.
it. Okay. You were not, your self-esteem to confront it. You
was
okay.
very low.
Okay.
And I think I just didn't feel worthy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know what to say, but
Yeah.
I'll just let anything go.
I was watching something about relationship trauma yesterday, and what the therapist said, he said that there is no relationship trauma. There is childhood trauma manifesting in a relationship. So how you behave in that relationship, you don't have to look at it like, oh, it's because of what I went through with my ex. It's never. It's always what you went through as a child.
On that one, it's a very hard one because I had a very good childhood. I had a very, very good childhood. I was raised with mom and dad there. I can honestly say, hand on my heart, I don't remember any childhood trauma. But what I can say is when I went, because what happened was I went to a totally new town.
Oh, okay.
They spoke Ndebele, and it was only my ex-husband who could speak Ndebele with me in the house, because they spoke Ndebele. I was speaking Shona, so I had to learn Ndebele in that time. I was still learning to cook, and then I'm having to cook for a family, because he was living with his family, and I went into a family who were lovely, I have to say. But it's just that I was still growing. It's a completely different language, people, new town. Yeah. My mom and dad were in Malawi at that time, and at one stage I was the only one in Zimbabwe, and everyone else was not there. Yeah. And I felt very lonely because I knew it was just me. They were trying to accommodate me, but it's a completely different language and all that. So I think most of it, I was still growing myself when I went. Not so much so as childhood trauma. I was a daddy's girl. Yeah. I was a daddy's girl. I didn't like anything. Going to school, I would be the one with so much food, anything I wanted. So I think it was just a case of I was still growing myself, and also when we say childhood trauma, it's not always negative. Yes, as you say, you were a daddy's girl. You didn't know anything. Yes, you didn't know anything negative out of that. So now, first with the negative thing, you don't know how to deal with that. That is a very good point. You don't know how to deal with it. Some of it I remember when like some days when we wouldn't talk for days, and I would actually be thinking, I've never seen that with my mom and dad. I've never seen this, and it's a first because it was a new for me to say you can be in the same house, same space, because it wasn't a big house, so it's not like it wasn't even like upstairs big and downstairs. Exactly. Yeah, it was just a 2-bed flat, and I remember just thinking, I've never seen this. We're sharing this small space, even in bed. Yes, you're not talking, and you're not talking. So yes, that's very true. What you're saying, that trauma, it's not just something. Sometimes it can be positive. What you're seeing, and then you just don't know how to cope with it. That's what trauma is. Exactly. That's true. Because if you knew how to deal with them negative things, you would have. Yes. Because I think that's the thing. I think you didn't see infidelity. Not equipped. Exactly. Sometimes with how to deal with life as it comes, like. They tell you what to expect out of a marriage and all that, but they don't tell us exactly how to equip ourselves when it comes. When it happens. Because first with that, I honestly didn't know how to be. No. So even if someone is wrong, I would end up now being the one to make peace. If you wanted money, to say, okay, there you go. Yeah. Because you are just wanting to please
You want
him.
the peace
You want
to-
the peace to
Yes.
reign in the house.
Yes.
So you choose to say, you know what? I'm sorry I was asking you about this.
Yes.
Just forget it. Let's just move on. Let's start talking.
Yeah.
Let's just have a happy home. So yes, that's true.
I always tell my kids that sometimes to be uncomfortable and not talk and to argue is good for us, because it gives you time to sit and think about what you benefited from it and what you put in there.
Yes.
So if you just live a life without disagreements, then there's something wrong.
There's something wrong.
There is
if the relationship is functional,
yes,
it will function whether you had an argument,
or not.
Yes.
And I always say to Ethan and Wendy, I always say, when you get angry, remember you love the person.
Yes.
When you just remember, I love you. I'm angry, but I love you.
Yes, I'm angry.
That
about
will
this,
speak
but
a lot.
yeah, that's
You
true.
understand?
And I think that's the thing we forget.
Exactly.
Arguing or confronting
Yes.
an issue as a negative.
As a negative.
When sometimes it actually builds the relationship.
You know that it builds boundaries as well.
Yes.
You know.
It does. That's true.
Was there a moment where you realized something wasn't right?
Yes, I think constantly, like I was saying, mostly going home. Going home didn't feel nice.
Okay.
Going home didn't feel like. It just felt like you're going into that zone of discomfort. Yes, and that was a very big thing. Like,
how did you protect your boys from that?
To protect my boys. So I had 2 kids in Zim. I had 1 here. I can't say, if I can be quite fair, my ex with the kids, when we were together, he was quite hands-on and there.
Okay.
So I can't really say, but to protect just them from seeing us.
Yes.
You know, the usual, just try not to argue in front of kids and everything. But in terms of his kids, he was a good father. I can give him that 10 out of 10. He was a good father too.
So when you finally decided divorce, I want divorce, what did you do? How did you tell us?
I left.
You just left?
I just left.
Tell us about that.
Back in the day, right? I'll say back in the
Back
day.
in the day. Yes,
back in the day. It would always be like, no, you can't do that. A woman perseveres, this and that. No matter what you say, this is happening, guys. Guys, I've got this. You know, I had a mental breakdown. I actually had a proper mental breakdown. At one time, I even thought of just ending it all because I really felt that low. And when it came to that time, because it wasn't the first time, it wasn't the second time, I just knew at that time to say, you know what, this is it. This is it. I can't change a person until they want to change themselves, even if we sit and we talk with family and stuff like that. They're still going to say exactly what was said right in the beginning. Exactly. And it's always going to be the same thing. And when I finally decided that this is it, it was actually like, I'm not even going to consult anyone. I didn't even tell my own mom. I never told anyone, no friend.
Wow.
No, I actually just left.
So you didn't tell him you're leaving?
No. So what happened was, I got a job, a living job.
Okay.
And I'd always said, if I get a job, funny enough, you know, we say that. I used to tell him, but he used to think I'm bluffing, like I'm just angry. And I would always say, you know, if once everything is okay, I'm going to go to my cousins. That's what I used to say.
Yes.
Once everything is okay, I'm going to go to my cousins. I'm just going. I'm just letting you know. Once everything is okay, I get a job, this and that, because they were up north. Yeah. So I've always said I'll go to my cousins up north. And sometimes he would say, oh, you're still here. Like if you came home drunk, oh, you're still here. I thought you'd be gone by now. You're still here. And I'll be like, you know what? Don't worry. One day I will go. So now this was after another infidelity piece in our life. Like there was just something
So
else.
many
Yes,
pieces.
so
yeah.
many pieces. And that time I was just like, you know what? I don't even want to get to know this new one, because this was now a new one.
Oh,
Because
okay.
the old one was a very daring one. She would phone constantly on the landline and she wanted herself to make known. If they had an argument, she would look for me.
Wow.
I never looked for her, not even a single day. But if they had an argument, she would look for me and just want to fight with him by upsetting me, so that I had a fight with him. And then, they whenever she had an
So she got a kick out of that.
Yes, she did. And then when it was somebody else, I actually say to myself, I do not want to get to know the new one, to get her characteristics, to learn her inside again. And then now I've dealt with this one, because I honestly never felt the need to look for anyone.
No.
To confront any other person, because they don't know me. They don't owe me anything.
Any loyalty.
They don't owe me any loyalty.
No.
I never made any agreement with them.
Exactly.
So I always just solved it with
your
husband,
person, yeah.
his family. I never even included my family in it. I've always used to try and talk to his family about that. So when that happened, I was actually just like, you know what? I don't want to get to know this person at all. I don't even want to. And I left.
Where did you go? Did you go
I went
to
for a living job. No.
Oh,
I went for a job. I went for a
Okay.
living job. That was actually like, you know what? That's it. So I went for that job. And yes, that's it.
He didn't look for you?
He first thought I was bluffing. And I actually made a choice to move on very quickly. I didn't want, because I knew I would go back.
You would
now
go
I'm just
back.
being vulnerable. I'll tell you exactly what happened. I actually just chose to say, you know what? I'm just going to move on very quickly, because I knew if I start feeling lonely, chances are you start going back.
Yes.
To fill that void. Because I was quite heartbroken. Although I felt ready to move on, I was really quite heartbroken, because this is what I'd known since I was 17. 3 kids down the line. You don't get in a marriage to come out.
No.
And I honestly never thought one day I would be a single mom, because I did love my home. So I never thought for a moment that I would end up a single mom. So I really grieved. It really, really bothered me to say, oh, you know what? I felt guilty breaking up the family.
Okay.
Because I grew up in a family with mom and dad, and now I'm leaving, so it means my kids are gonna grow up without mom and dad. But I made a choice, and I knew I didn't want to go back. I actually met someone who was really, really lovely. He really was spoiling
you, right?
Something
and that was like the worst thing that could happen for that guy. That was it. He lost you in that.
That guy was older. He was an older guy, but he was very, very caring, very, very loving, and that was it. That was it. And
older guys are the it.
I was just it, and I never looked back.
Wow.
And I never felt afterwards the need to. Yes, and that was it. Really,
that was yeah.
Maybe for him as well. I think it was. I think we were
an
too young.
Yeah,
I think we were just.
That's what I think as well. It's when you go through healing, you realize it's not even there for.
No.
Because they're also figuring out.
They're also figuring out. Yeah. For a girl at 17, that's young. But for a man at 22, 23, that is quite young. But I look at my son now, it's 23, 20, Darius turned 22 today.
Yes.
He is very young.
Very young.
Imagine him
very
young. A husband, a father. So,
very young.
It is very young for a man. They're still trying to find themselves. And then it doesn't help. Moving here, back then, things were tough, and we don't really know how to cope with change.
Yes.
And for some people, it really changes who
Changes
you are.
who you are.
For some people, it makes them better. For some people, it brings the worst in them.
It brings the worst in them. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. Oh, so did faith, play a role in your healing? What helped you? Like, what did healing actually look like for you? Did you have any unhealthy, like, coping mechanisms that you did, or healthy ones that you, any tips?
So there was a time when I was really angry with the church, really, really angry, because all this was happening when I was going to church.
Oh,
mind you, not the church that I'm going to, but it doesn't matter, just church in
Churches,
general.
yeah.
But I think it's the support, because you would tell maybe someone, confide with someone, and I'm glad that's changing now, because people would always say like, God
doesn't like
to
divorce.
heal you, yes, but you're not listening to what I'm going through as a person.
Yeah.
I'm going through fire now. This is my now. But I think, but like I said, I'm glad things are changing now in terms of mental health, in terms about people opening up and talking
and doing
to people.
something
Because
about
sometimes telling someone to say, oh, it's going to be okay. Sometimes it's the worst thing you can say to someone.
Yeah.
I'm burning right now, and you are telling me it's going to be okay. And I found that really, really hard. There's a time I was really annoyed with people from church, because that's the thing that they normally say, to say it's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay, but this doesn't help me in my now.
And people say, oh, opening up helps. But then I open up to you. You're doing nothing about it.
You're doing nothing
Then what?
You're telling me it's going to be okay.
Exactly.
What does that even mean? When? How?
I know it's going to be okay, but
right now I'm not. Right now I'm not.
Yeah.
And I think as time went on with the healing, I did get a lot of help also from other people from church. It's not everyone is gonna be the same.
Yeah.
And like now where I am, I absolutely love them, and I do feel like I can talk to them. But also, like I said, that was time saved.
Yeah.
We now know more about mental health, so it's not even like I'm slamming them back there, because people just do what they know in that time.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's just all people knew, like, oh, it's gonna be okay. You can't say negative because you don't want the home to break.
That's it.
Sometimes it needs to break. It needs to be said. It is what it is. If someone is made that choice, or they can't change, and that's that.
That's it.
Then that's it. That's what you can do.
You cannot
you can't heal anyone. You can't change anyone until they're ready to change and move on themselves.
Yeah. So what boundaries, like, did you learn to create after divorce? Like, in your healing process, what are the boundaries you learned that, right before I get into another relationship?
Before you even finish, I can tell you this. I matter more than anything else.
That's your boundary. Exactly.
If it feels wrong, it is wrong. Then it is wrong. You can't ignore it. Either you can talk about it with your partner, then you can understand maybe also where they are coming from. To say, oh, okay, now I understand. Let's compromise like this. If this is not for you, don't make it for you just because someone likes it or was brought up like that. If it's not working for you, it's a no. If it feels wrong, then it's a no. The only way, if it feels no, that you can then come around it, if it's you sit down and talk, and you work around what works for the both of you. But it can't be just to say, oh, memory likes this, so then it is okay. Let's just go with that.
You have a word.
No, you have a word. You have to have your voice. Because obviously this person has come to you because they like something about you.
Exactly. Then if you now switch to be with like them,
then
they could have stayed on their own.
So if someone wants to be with me, they are getting me as who I am.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it. Yeah. So what advice would you give someone who feels like they are trapped in a painful relationship right now? They don't know what to do and they feel trapped. They know they want to go, but they feel trapped.
I would say, especially to the younger ones who are still finding themselves, you will never be able to change a person at all. You can never change a person. And then the funny thing is, you will persevere with someone's bad habits for ages. Once they meet someone they love, you see them change completely. A person will change when they want to. You can't make someone change. If something doesn't feel right, yes, talk about it, get help. Counseling if you can. If they don't want counseling, they don't want to talk about it.
Yes,
So
what can you do?
what can you do?
Yeah. So now we are laughing again. Did you ever think you would get married again?
No, I always actually say no, but yeah, I guess life happens.
You know, I must. You've given me. I always say no more marriage, but since last, I'm just like, maybe I might want to get married. You've given me hope. I swear to God, you've given me.
You know what?
I don't know what it is. My perception has just shifted a bit.
I think if I can be honest, my husband, he makes me feel like I can be me. So I guess that's
She herself. That's another green flag you can ever.
Yes,
if you are as yourself
myself
with someone,
I can be myself
it lets
with
you
someone.
be.
I can say, you can say, Memms, let's do this, let's go away. I won't be like,
I have to
you
go.
won't like, let me sweet talk him. I can be me.
You can be you.
Not that he doesn't have an input or stop me doing anything, but I can.
When he needs to say something, he can.
But I think that's the main thing that I can be.
Yeah. What were the triggers that from your past marriage, right, that came that you were scared of to bring into this marriage?
I can be very moody.
Okay.
You mean about myself?
Yeah, about you.
About negatives about myself.
Yeah.
I can be very moody with my partner.
Yeah.
With my partners.
What triggers that?
I think just that, like, there's no communication. Like, I'm expecting to not be heard. So sometimes I can see something, and instead of confronting it and talking about it to say, why did you do this? I don't like it. I can withdraw. Yeah. And that always comes.
That makes sense, because from the other marriage you were scared to confront as well. So that's one thing you need to work on.
So I can say something, and instead of saying something there and then straight away and then it's finished. Yeah. I can leave it, and then by the time I say something, I'm erupting. Yes. Because it's happening. Maybe that's the 10th time.
That's the 10th time.
Yes. And then I withdraw.
So if I can give you advice, is because it's now coming from there, and now here you need to see where it's coming from, so that you don't ruin what you have now, right? So now we're like your purpose after pain. You're now a qualified nurse. Who inspired you?
Memms Empire.
Who inspired you?
No, but for real, you were not inspiring.
I'm inspiring, darling. So, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Right. So, how did your struggles shape you as the nurse that you've become? How do they shape the Amina, the staffless Amina?
You know what? I actually, I think one of my biggest strengths as a person, not just as a nurse, like as a person. So I think it helps when seeing patients daily, on a daily, is to try not to judge. Because sometimes it's very easy to judge anything or anyone. Yeah. An example, let's say someone has come late for an appointment or to work, or even in friendships or anything. Instead of just getting angry to say, oh, you're always late. Maybe there's something happening at home. So sometimes you actually just have to not judge, just to not to take things at surface value, because what you see is normally not always what's about that.
So do you think trauma made you more compassionate?
Yes, definitely. Okay. Definitely, yes.
So what are you most proud of surviving out of that whole trauma?
What am I? Motherhood. Yes.
That is the best.
I've got 3 lovely boys. I've got my son's I'll say girlfriend, because they're not married yet. She's actually really fantastic, and so now I feel like I've got a daughter, because we can talk. She can give me stick, and I can give you stick, and we can joke with each other. So I think that's been like sort of like my happy place, a very constant happy place.
So, to close, what would you say, like, to the version of yourself sitting in the middle of a storm?
What would I say? Just calm
To that
down.
version.
Calm down. You'll get through it, because
What, stay in that marriage?
no, not to stay as much, but like I said, if it's a relationship, you always have to talk about it. You can try and talk about it. See where that person is coming from as well. If someone is not willing to compromise, if you're talking about relationship-wise, if in a storm, relationship-wise, you can never change a person. So if they're not willing to change, then it is what it is. You'll never, baby girl, be able to change anyone. But just general, if you're in storm in life, God will always see you through. God will always see you through, because all those promises, they actually come true. Because sometimes you look back and you actually be like, oh, wow, I've come so far. And through it all, you realize that.
And people are doing them videos where they're saying they're putting the old you in the front.
Yes.
And also, Amy, what's going to happen? Did I come out of that?
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't wait to do one of those one day.
Saying that to my to my 17-year-old young self, to say, Amy, we're here now. We're happy. We're here now.
Yes.
We are okay. We're happy. We've done well. We survived everything.
Powerful. Yeah.
We're happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we've got a game that I gave you. We've got a game that we're going to play, me and Amy. I gave you your purple, and I put in some questions. You've got it there.
Yeah.
So the questions that are on here, these are the questions that Amy asked me, and these are the questions I've asked her. So I don't know, do you want to do yours first, or I do mine first?
I'll go first.
Okay, you go
so
first.
After everything we have been through, what does our friendship mean to you?
Yeah.
It means a lot. I love you dearly. I really, really do. It's been years and years and years and years of friendships, up and down. You have taught me. I know there's something about what have you taught me. I'm sorry, but I think
that's fine.
Yeah, this ties it in very well. Very well. Everything we've been through, what does our friendship mean? It means a lot. You are, for those that don't know Memory is very kind. She's very annoying, but very kind. Very generous person. Very crazy, like not in a bad way. Like that one crazy friend that you need is this one. So yes, you mean a lot to me, and you've always carried a very. I've got a very weak spot for you.
I know you
always
do.
Yes. So, and I think you take advantage of it.
Oh yes.
All right. What is the wound in me you wish you could heal? So a wound in you that I wish I could heal. I really do wish I could heal your mental health. But then again, I've said this to you recently. I am so proud of you because you've come really far.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I know there's bad days and good days. I am glad you are seeing the light. You are moving on forward. And I just wish to take that wound, because I think what it is more is like you dwell on something negative and you sit on it.
I dwell
and
on
I do wish I could just take it, because sometimes things happen and you just have to say oops, and just move on from it instead of just dwelling in it. So that's the thing that
I did that the past week, the past 4 days. I have just something happened and I was just like, listen. I mean, I just kept moving.
So yes, you see, when you keep moving, that you take power away from that person, from that thing.
That thing.
I wish that's
I'm
the
not
wish.
Gonna let it just. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's the wound I wish I could heal. Yeah. So what is something you think I've taught you? You've taught me to not judge. You really have taught me to take everyone as they are. You are very non-judgmental, and you always, even some, like the black sheep, you always see something in them, and you always see their good side. So I think you've really taught me that. Yes. What is the one thing you hope that never changed about our friendship? Well, I think just to tie it all up, one biggest thing that I can take from our friendship is that you can't love someone when they're up or down. If you love someone, you have to love someone in the ups and downs. When they're in the trenches, if you love them, you love them. So you have to still love them. If they're up there, you also have to love them. So, one thing that I wish would never change, I guess, is that to say just to love. It's the greatest gift of all. Love covers everything. That's
So true. True. So I'm going to go to my questions.
Are they the same?
No, they can't be the same. What is something you think I don't get enough credit for? I think you don't get enough credit for how available you are. You are so available. And even for your friends, well, I'm one of your friends, for your family, Amy would travel to Ireland and be with her grandchild. It doesn't, when our moms come here, it's different. But with Amy, she is like constant, that person. And she went to her son's house. She was there for the first child, for the second child, like what they do back home. And Amy you see a person. You truly see a person as what they're telling you, like I have that thing of that. Let's say someone is telling me what's happening in their lives. I'm already analyzing it, and I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking but you see it as it is, and what someone is telling you is what you take, and you are there for them as they are. So that's one thing you don't give yourself credit for. So what do you want me to remember if life ever gets really hard again? I put all my notes down. So when life, because I don't want to forget, I don't want to miss something out. When life gets hard again, I want you to remember that you have already survived some of the hardest chapters of your life. You have carried heartbreak, raised your boys, rebuilt your life, become a nurse, and you have found love again. That strength that got you through those seasons is still within you. So when you feel overwhelmed, remember, like, you are a resilient woman, a loving mother, and a fighter. And if you ever forget, I'll be here to remind you. I'll be here to remind you. If I wasn't in your life, what would be different? So if you were not in my life, this one is long. I'm going to cry, right? If you weren't in my life, there would be a lot of loneliness in my journey. You came in my life during seasons when I needed someone who could sit with me in my pain without judging me, not trying to fix me or walking away. And a lot of people walked away when you came in my life, and they walked away with no answer, no what. You've been a safe place for me to be vulnerable, to be messy, to be emotional, and be completely myself. Through some of my darkest moments, you've reminded me that I'm not alone. You've listened and encouraged me to, when I feel defeated, you always say, oh, you've been doing so well though. You pick and point a lot of things that I always think to myself, oh, I didn't even know that. I know that now. You understand? You've taught me, and this is a big one, you've taught me what genuine friendship looks like. Showing up, staying consistent, and loving someone through every season, like what you said, is the ups and the downs. So if you were in my life, a piece of my story will be like missing. So, but when you get angry at me, when I get annoying, remember that you love me. If you just remember that, then I love them, and then do whatever after that. And then the last question was, what part of my story has impacted you? The part of your story is watching you rebuild. Remember when the kids were back home and you brought the kids and you were at the airport and we were screaming? It's really, I think of, wow, I saw you showing up for your boys and showing up as a mom, whilst they're studying, and you go with your boys to boxing. You were such a present mom. And instead of being bitter, and you could have been bitter with your ex, but you know, you became stronger. Why are you raising eyebrows?
No, bitterness doesn't solve.
No. So when I look at your life, I just see a woman who survived divorce. I see a woman who kept choosing herself, her children, her future, her happiness, even when it was hard. That is part of your story that stays with me all the time, that Amy keeps choosing herself. She keeps showing up. And you won't even believe what you've been through, and to look at you, you're thinking, how do you do it? But you do it. So that's why I got this book.
Wow.
It says Staying in Power.
Oh,
So it's a guided
really
journal. So when you use it, just think of me. I put my name
thank
in
you
there.
so much.
So use
Thank
it. Don't just
you.
keep it with you.
No,
You
I'm
need-
definitely gonna use
you
it.
need
I
to
will show you
use it.
proof. I will be using it.
It will help you, and
Thank
it
you
will
so
work.
much.
So I got this from Dallas. So this is not UK.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming.
No,
and
thank you
it's
very
been
much. I've
really nice.
enjoyed our
See,
chit chat.
It's been
It's
really
been a long
nice.
time coming.
It's
Happy,
been
you know?
a long time
Thank you
coming.
so
I've got
much.
another bestie of mine coming.
Thank
So
you.
I want everyone to sit on that sofa to speak, because it's us that give the example. And then when we go, and people, I've been struggling to find people to come, and people don't want to talk about trauma. I don't know why, but I hope life changes and people start to realize that this sofa is not scary.
Yeah,
We
that's
just
true.
talk
We're
and
just
talk.
talking.
You
That's
understand?
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
So to close the episode, I need everyone to remember who they are and to turn, your wounds into wisdom by confronting and healing and forgiving what hurt you. Your pain does not have to be your prison.
I know you are.
Let it become your lesson, your strength, and your testimony. So until next time,
Thank
keep
you
growing
very
and
much.
keep choosing
Bye.
yourself. Thank you. Mwah.
Black trauma with Memms Empire.